We all go through things in life. Some things we understand, some things we don't. But the following podcast is going to show the resiliency, the strength, and the motivation we all have within ourselves if we look into ourselves. The following is going to make you laugh, cry, and motivate you at the same time. She is motivation. You want to know why? Stay tuned. Hello, 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 world. You know what it is and you know who it is. It's your boy Meek here on the up and coming show Breaking Bread. And today I have a very, very, very good topic to talk about. As you see, I've been promoting this so you guys were able to see it for yourself. But the title of this podcast is going to be She is Motivation. But before I go any further, let me let the guest introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Stat. It's nice to meet you all. How
Okay.
are you all?
Okay, good, good. You gotta sound a little bit more enthusiastic, girl. You over there all nervous and shit.
This is my first time. You gotta give me a little ooh, ooh.
Nah, I know. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. So, yeah. So, tell the world a little bit about yourself. If you don't mind. Do you have any
Okay,
like? What do you do? Do you have any social medias they could follow? Stuff like that.
I do. Well, first and foremost, I'm a mom of three, so I have extra bonus kids that I love dearly.
Okay.
I do have three social medias: Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm a content creator and also a product influencer, so I try out products and tell the people how they are.
Okay.
Um, but mostly on my platform, I sing in sign language, and it's bringing the deaf community and the hearing community together.
Okay. Okay. I respect that. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So, we're gonna get right into it. So, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. So, are you sure you ready? Cause you looking like mad nervous over there.
It's okay. It's just, you know what, Meek, this is my first podcast. So,
Nah, I
first of
know, I
all,
know.
I'm honored to be on a guest on your podcast. So, thank you so much. I
Of
appreciate
course, of course, of course. So, you know the topic. You know why it's called "She Is Motivation." Do you want to tell the world why it's called that?
it. Now you can.
Okay. Well, the lady that I have on my podcast has and is going through a lot physically and mentally. So she is the focal point of the show because for me personally, like talking to her and hearing her story really made me look at life from a different perspective. Really made me understand there is sunshines in the clouds. So that's why I really wanted to have her on the show because she was a very deep individual. So this is the part where it might get a little emotional, guys. So I'm just letting you know. So do you want to explain some of those things that you're going through?
Yeah. So, as you can see, I have a head wrap on. So, I have stage 3B terminal cancer.
Okay.
Um, I've been battling it for a couple years, and um, just recently, I had a stroke due to the chemotherapy. So, I had to stop all chemo.
Okay.
So, right now, everything is just held in God's hands, and to see where it's going to take me. I have a lot of faith and a lot of strength and a lot of hope. I mean, you just need a little bit of faith and you can move mountains. So that's what I have.
This is true. This is true. And I once again, like I said, I want to commend you for being on my platform. I really appreciate it because you didn't have to. A lot of people go through things and they don't like speaking about it. They keep it to themselves. So for you to, have the strength, and the resilience to say, you know what, I'm going to do this. I appreciate that. So,
Thank you. I mean, to be honest with you, I've had cancer twice.
okay.
So I was diagnosed in 2001 after I had a big MS attack, which is multiple sclerosis.
Okay.
Um, and during that MS attack, it was really hard. And I went through that emotions, like I went through the emotions. It was hard. I went through it alone. I wanted to go through it alone. I didn't want anybody by my side just because I felt like I was a burden and I felt like I was worthless. And it wasn't easy. Like it wasn't easy at all. Like, trying to raise three kids, being a single mom and going through that at the same time.
Yeah, that was tough.
It was. And then to be told that you beat cancer. I had surgery 3 days before Christmas, and they removed everything. I went through my whole 6 rounds of chemotherapy, which was tough. And to tell me I beat cancer like that right there was amazing. And then to find out 8 months later I was diagnosed again.
Mm, wow.
That's where
Wow.
it hits hard because, you know, being a mom of three, you can't just sit back and you can't just let it take over you, you know? And
Mhm.
I asked for a little bit of support. I had a little bit of support, and that's all I needed. It was just a few people in my corner. There's a lot of people that walked away, and that's how you know who's true and who's not.
Yeah, that's true. I always say that when you're going through your tough times, that's who you determine who are your friends and your family, because a lot of people could say they family, a lot of people could say they're friends, and when it comes down to it, times like this will really determine who is who, you know? So,
And it did. It showed me people's true colors, and I was overwhelmed at the fact that, even family members, how could you turn your back on somebody that is struggling like this? But not just family, friends, everything. Like people that said they were friends for 20, 30 years,
yep,
just up and left. And it
yep.
was just like,
And like
how?
that's what I really never understood about people, like how can you say that you're your family? How can you say that you're my friend? But then when I really need you, you're never around. And that's sad. But I remember at one point, people back in the days, people would let you know who they were. Like if they didn't like you, they would tell you, I don't like you. Or if they don't like want to be cool with you, they'll tell you, I don't want to be cool with you. It's like now the people that don't like you try to be closest to you, and I don't understand that.
I don't get it either. And it's like when you're at your lowest, it's like, why kick a horse when it's already down? You know what I mean? And that's what they were doing. And then when they found out how bad it was, it's, oh, they wanted to come back. Well, it's too late now. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Like,
it
I've already
really
went
is.
through the process. I'm good. Like I'm on my own. Like I'm fine. I don't need you. I got my kids.
And that's a beautiful thing, having your children, having people around for you. Like I love that for you. I love that for all people because I feel we all need support when we're going through things. And it's hard to come by. It really is. So for you to have that support system, I love that for you. So
Yeah.
but
Thank you.
but let's get into it. So let's ask these questions. You ready?
Okay, let's go.
All right. The first question I have for you is how was it for you growing up?
Ooh, right into it.
Right into it. Yep.
Right into it. Okay. Well, I mean, I had the best of both worlds. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
So, I mean, I lived a very luxurious lifestyle at one point in my life.
Okay.
And then shit just went to shit. And then it was homeless and then streets, you know.
Okay.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Um, but it made me who I am today. It made me more humbled. And that's the problem with a lot of people today is they're just given a silver spoon and they don't know what it's like to live a lifestyle of just struggle and, you know, pain.
Yeah. So when did the shift happen? Because our noticed you said you were somewhat of had a silver spoon. So like, when did the shift happen for you? If you don't mind getting into that.
I would say that I was 12 years old. No, I was a little bit younger than 12, maybe 10. But from the ages of 5 to 12, I was sexually abused by a family member.
Wow.
And it was hush hush. Like nobody could talk about it. And
Yeah.
when I reached out and said something, it was no, it didn't happen. That's not true. But it later came
Wow.
out that, somebody vouched up and said, yeah, it is true because it happened to me too, except she got the worst of it. To take my innocence, something that was pure to me, and then just remove it from me. Something that I'm supposed to be willing to give my, future husband or
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever, like that. It made me look at life at a whole other perspective at such a young age. Like, you shouldn't have to. So I started to rebel as a teenager and I got myself into some stuff and I got put on the streets, like, no, you can't be here anymore. You got to go. Um,
Okay.
so, I mean, the change started when things happened with my parents and they split up. So I was young then. But then that's when like the hard life started because it was no longer restaurants and luxurious lifestyle. It was like, this is where we're at. Like, this is what we have to deal with. Um, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy living from one lifestyle where you don't have a care in the world to what the hell am I going to eat today? Am I going to eat? And as a child, like, and being the youngest of a bunch of siblings, 4 siblings, like, I always got the worst of it. I feel like I always got pushed aside. Maybe that's just my own being, like in my own doing, but um, yeah.
Like, I'm not even going. Whew. Wow. I'm not even going to lie to you right now. Like, I'm an empath like you are as well, and I can tell you're telling the truth right now. You feel me? Because I feel your energy. Like, wow, this is going to be some powerful shit, man. I wasn't expecting this. Wow. Okay. But
You said what?
I feel your energy. Like, I know you're speaking from a place of sadness, but you're also trying to, let the world know what's going on and try to, show people what to look out for and stuff in case if they're going through what you went through. But
Exactly, because
well,
listen up to your children. If they speak to you and they say, "Mom, I don't feel comfortable around this person," or "This person did that to me," listen to them because I wasn't heard, and it happened. And then the man was allowed to live in my house after I told somebody. He moved in and stayed in the same bedroom as me on the bunk beds
yeah,
below me.
yeah.
So it continued.
Wow. Well, before we go any further, like I said before, I just want to say I commend you for doing this. Because even though this is painful talking to you, talking about it, I should say, not talking to you, but people need to hear stuff like this because a lot of people go through what you went through and what you're still going through now and are afraid to speak about it because they feel nobody cares. So, like I said before, I'm gonna say it again. I appreciate this because I know for a fact I'm gonna learn from this as well because me and you have spoken, outside of this, and
Hmm.
this is gonna be great. Just thank you, man, because this is for me as well too. It's not just for you or for everybody else. It's for me as well. And I know I'm going to learn something from this. So once
You're
again, thank you.
welcome.
I salute you.
Thank
Okay. The second question is, when were you first diagnosed with cancer?
you. Okay. So my first diagnosis with cancer was in 2001.
Okay.
Um, I was a chef and I was working really hard and I was losing weight really fast. And I didn't know why. Um, Family members thought I was a drug addict again because I struggled with drugs years ago. And I commend
Okay.
myself on being recovering addict, and I'll stick on that. Like, and anybody else out there that's doing it, like, even if you're an hour clean, good for you. Like, good for you. You got something. Keep going. So they accused me of doing drugs, which really was hard. And the whole time I'm working here, I had cancer and I didn't even know it. So I had dropped a lot of weight really fast.
Yeah.
I had a bad MS attack, went into the hospital, and that's when I found out after all the blood work and tests that I had ovarian, cervical, and uterine cancer.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
And the fucked up
Damn.
part about it is ovarian cancer is the number one killer in women. Well, the second silent killer in women. So listen to your body. Like, you there's no science for it. There's no symptoms. It's just there.
It's just there. Yeah. So you literally felt no symptoms, nothing like that at all?
No,
Wow.
I just was dropping weight, and I thought at one point I thought, okay, I'm working in a heavy kitchen, I'm back and forth. It's 12-hour shifts. I'm on my feet. Like, okay, I'm just losing weight like that. But I was dropping like 7 pounds a week, 8 pounds a week. It was not normal.
Wow.
I went from 100 and I would say 82 pounds to 120 pounds in like 5 months, 6 months. It was like that.
Like, yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, there's something ain't right. And then I started to feel a little off. And then that's when I went to my doctor for my yearly checkup. And then that's when I found out everything. Well, they did the blood work and then they recommended me to go get a checkup. When they did a checkup, that's when I found out how extensive it was and how it started in the ovaries. And I had a tumor that was wrapped around my ovary and then went into my uterus and my cervix.
So at that moment when you have the doctor telling you, what's going on, that you have cancer, how did you feel?
Oh boy, did I cry. I still think about it now. I cried hard. At the time I had my ex-husband with me and we were in the room and I just looked at him and I said, what the fuck am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Because I have 3 kids. My youngest now, he's 8, but at the time he was, 6, 7. No, I'm sorry, he was 5. He was young. So he was 5. So it was hard. It was really hard, but I swallowed my pride and I said, okay. And I said, I don't want to tell anybody. I just want to keep it a secret for a little bit. Let me just digest this. Let me just get through it, and then I'll be ready. But by then, like, it had gotten out to the family, and
Mm.
by the time I gotten out to the family, I'd already started chemo. Like,
Okay.
my mother knew. She was there when the doctor did the surgery, told her, we're confident we got everything. But at that time, I didn't know that the cancer had spread to my stomach, which is when I got diagnosed the second time.
Wow.
Because it's known it goes from the ovaries to the stomach. So, and that's what I'm battling right now is adenocarcinoma of the stomach, stage 3B.
So how did the family take it when they found out you had cancer?
They weren't there.
Whew, I felt that emotion just now. Wow. Okay.
They were not supportive in any way possible. I'm not gonna lie, there was a few, but my mother wasn't, my father wasn't. People you thought that you would need there, your siblings. Instead, they all turned their back on me. I had complete strangers off of
Wow.
social media, like, be there for me.
Wow. Damn.
Sorry, I don't mean to get emotional, but that
No, it's all right. It's all right. That's why I think I got the shades on, because I might have a moment where I might shed a tear. So that's why I got the shades so nobody can see.
Yeah, I mean, they tried at one point to be there, I'm not gonna lie, but it it was too late. Like it was too late. Like I got in trouble because I decided to post a video to show other women that it's okay to be bald. You know, so I showed myself shaving my head. A lot of people do it, you know, so it was a moment where I tried to hold on to my hair as long as possible. This is the first time I had to shave my head. I tried to hold on to my hair as long as possible, but I just couldn't. And for my children, and we spoke about this, my children saw me going through that pain and seeing that and seeing the pain in their eyes every time, like, you know, because I was just like I was exhausted from going through chemo. So, you know, they're um brushing my hair and clumps of hairs coming out. And I
Yeah.
could just see in their face like the pain. So I was like, it's time. Like it's time to just shave it all up. So they don't have to see it anymore. And I got so much backlash from my family for posting a video of me shaving my head. And I didn't understand why.
The same
Like
family that wasn't there for you had the nerve to say something about the video that you posted.
facts.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
That yeah, I don't understand. I'm telling you, family. One thing I can say, family is not how it used to be, man. You know, it's really not, and it's just sad that people really don't know the real definition of family. You know, it doesn't
Mm.
mean relation. Family is about who's loyal to you and who you're loyal to, who loves you, and you know who you love. Stuff like that. That's what family is. A lot of people don't understand that. So for your family, your blood, to object or have something to say about you posting a video about what you're going through that you probably was using to inspire somebody,
That was my
wow,
point. Show
why would
other
you be
women.
upset about that? You know, I don't get that, but okay.
That was my point, to show other women that it's okay. And I did a video where it said, I'm brave, I'm bruised, I may be black and blue, but this is who I am right now. And then I took my hood off and it showed my bald head. And it
Hmm.
was just like, it's okay to let other women know, embrace that beauty regardless what you're going through. You're still beautiful inside. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
This doesn't define who you are. It's what's in here that defines you. Your heart and your soul and in your head. That defines you as a person.
Hmm.
Like you could be the ugliest person in the world, but have such a beautiful heart that it just shines through and
Yeah, you're right about that for real.
you become so attractive. Or you could be the most beautiful thing and whew, have an ugly heart. Mm-mm. Goodbye.
I've experienced that in more ways than one. Because like one thing about me growing up, I was real shallow. You know, I always tried to find the cute girls, the girls that everybody wanted, and 9 times out of 10, most of the time, those were the girls with like the messed up souls, man, that were just
Broken.
internally broken, mean, you know. And so I agree with you in that aspect, you know, seriously. It's not about the looks of me anymore. So I agree with that.
It's about the
But I'm
vibe
really
and
kind of,
the energy.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But that's crazy about your family though, man. Like I can relate, you know, to you in that aspect because family for me, you know, kind of the same thing, never really supported me, or I'm not going to say they never really supported me, but the ones that I needed to be around, you know, I wasn't around. So in that aspect, I really agree with you, you know, that family's supposed to support each other no matter what. And a lot of people don't do that. And it's just sad. Like
You know,
they don't want to deal with you while you're alive, but then they want to cry over your casket if you pass
I
away.
always say, if you can't bring me flowers while I'm alive, don't bring me flowers while I'm dead. If you
Hmm.
can't come say hi to me while I'm alive, don't come to my funeral. And
Exactly.
that's in my will, who I want, because I have a living will, because I had to,
Okay.
you know. Um, there's certain people I do not want at my funeral.
Yeah.
And it's in there. Like, do not let them come.
It's crazy
Absolutely
you
not.
say that because I have something like that too. Like I have a list of people like if I pass away before they do not let them into my funeral. Period. So it's kind
Yep.
of crazy you say that because I'm the same way too. Because if you can't give me flowers when I'm alive, I don't want them when I'm dead. I
And
don't
you
want
know
them when I'm
what?
dead because that's a cliche. Everybody wants to follow and oh damn, that was my boy or that was my girl. I'm gonna miss her so much. But then when I was alive, you never called me. You never checked on me. You never seen how I was doing. So it's like, am I really your boy? Or was that really your girl? Was I really your husband? Was I really your wife? Or your son or your daughter or your brother or your sister? Was I really all of these things? Because I never felt these things when I was alive. So
Exactly. I'm gonna tell you something. So I had a daughter that passed away in
yeah,
2009. She would be 19 this year. Her birthday just passed. And my family was so supportive and they were so there.
yeah,
And I have a bin downstairs in my garage of her items that were still on her bed when she passed away that I preserved. And I was ready to get rid of them a few years ago. Just like it's time, you know? They're just they're just things. They're not the actual like good memories and the good stuff.
yeah.
And I had called somebody, I'm not gonna mention any names, and I said, "Can you help me go through this bin? Like I need your support." It was a family member. And they turned around and said, "You need therapy."
What?
Yes. They said, "You need therapy." And I said, "I went through so many years of therapy after, my daughter Amelia passed away. Why? I don't need therapy. I need you. I need my family just to be there to just give me a hug while I'm going through this because like not for nothing, no parent can understand what it's like to lose a child unless you actually have to bury your own child. You can
Oh,
say you can empathize or sympathize or understand, but you really don't. You have no clue. And she was my rock during that time. So I thought, after she was my rock during that, she would be my rock during cancer, like, and
doing the
during
cancer. Yeah,
chemo.
word.
Nope. And it hurts me because, that's my blood. But, sometimes your family isn't always blood.
Amen to that, sister. Amen to that. Bro. I had to learn that shit the hard way. So I know.
Me too.
You all right though?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You should have put on the black shades, man. That's why I
You
got
know
these
what?
motherfuckers.
I was thinking about it, but
Yep.
I'm a little crippled at the moment, so
That's why, cause I already knew in my head that I was gonna get emotional during the course of this podcast. So that's why I said, "Where the hell are my black shades at?" So people can't see me crying. But I like I said, I commend you for this, man, because
thank you.
you went through a lot, man. You really went through a lot, and for you to still be here speaks volumes on the type of person that you are. Because a lot of people probably would have checked out, you know, if they
Not
went through
me.
what you went through. Seriously, and for you to still be here just shows, the character of the person that you are. So I just want to say that. I know I complimented you like 50 million times, but it's going to keep happening during the course of the podcast. But I just gotta let it be known. I really commend you. Seriously.
That's okay. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Like it means a lot to know that like there are people out there that do care that I don't even know. I've never met personally that,
Yeah.
message me and just say, "Hey, you're an inspiration," or "You're so motivational," or "You're so positive." Like how?
Yeah.
So, thank you.
No problem, baby. On to the next question. Question number 3. What hardships do you experience or do you experience because of your diagnosis?
Ooh, child, everything. I mean, who wouldn't experience hardships? Like I financially, it's rough. You know, I'm a single mom with three. I have two children's fathers that don't pay child support, so it's just me solely on trying to pay my bills. And there was a GoFundMe set up, and I went back and forth for a very long time because I'm very humbled with my
Mhm.
friend, my best friend, KJ. And her and I spoke a lot back and forth. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I could put it out there. And she took over and did it for me. And I mean, the generosity of people, and just to know that there actually are people out there that listen and read and think and care. And I always was one that was like, I paid it forward. So this is my paybacks. Like, for every time I paid it forward to that homeless person or the other person or this person, this was my turn to get it. But it took me a while. I still struggle financially, like, and I have to pay. I'm in a hospital bed right now in my living room. So I have to actually still pay this off until I'm able to walk again fully 100% because of my stroke. So the equipment that came from my medical things, there's medical bills that just racked up, so I take it day by day, and whatever comes my way comes my way. And financially, like, the hardships I'm grateful that there's organizations out there and people out there. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, because I know I can't imagine, being in your position. Because to be honest with you, I don't really think I would have the mental fortitude that you have to deal with what you're dealing with. To be honest with you, I really don't think I would be able to, because just hearing what you went through just really makes me say, damn, this girl is going through so much and she's still here, alive and kicking, motivating people, smiling, laughing. It's just crazy, man. Like, I personally don't understand why do all the good people go through so much shit, and you just have these purely evil people habitating this earth, just walking around lollygagging free, going through nothing. But all of the good people are the ones that got to go through things like what you're going through and more. And I just never really, understood that aspect of life, that why is that? Like, why do all the good people got to go through things? Why are all the good people dying at an early age? I never understood that, So,
I think it's because we're tested, and it's a process. And if we make it through that process, like, we're here to be a warrior for whatever reason,
yeah.
or to speak out and to help others. And you know that's why we go through these hard things. And the ones that make it through, it's because we have a purpose.
So, okay, I'm glad you said that because it kind of inspired me to ask another question.
Mhm.
Um, what do you think your purpose is?
I think my purpose is to help people. um I'm a very genuine generous, genuine, loving, caring person. um I don't judge. I don't look at people differently. I love everybody. I don't even know people and I love them. There's so much hatred and meanness and disrespect in this world. I mean, this generation that's, you know, behind us, we're fucked. I'm sorry. Like, there's no respect. There's nothing there. We're,
Facts.
we're done. Like, forget it.
Yeah,
Um,
facts.
so, like, that being said, um, I wrote a book, and I wrote it in 26 days.
26 days?
I wrote a book in 26 days.
Wow,
Yes.
okay. We got a hand
Um,
clap for that, man. Like, you saying it like it's not a big thing. There's some people, like, it takes forever for them to write a book, years to write a book. And you wrote a whole book in 26 days. You better
I did. I
toot your
just
own
wrote
horn,
down.
girl. What's wrong with you?
Thank you. I wrote everything down that I went through. It starts out with the passing of my daughter, and it just continues up until where I'm at. Not where my cancer is, because I finished it before the cancer part. but it's very inspiring, and if it helps one person, that's all I wanted to do. It's not about the financial aspect. It's about helping that person, whoever it is, whoever is going through addiction, physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, loss of a child. Like it's just to help them and to inspire them to say it's okay. It's okay not to be okay today. It's okay not to be okay and we just want to lay around and do nothing. But tomorrow you got to get up and wash your face
Yes.
to have a purpose. And my purpose is to help people for whatever it is. That's what I feel. And I feel like when my book is finally published, which I've been slacking on, my purpose has been served.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God for these shades.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the question that I'm pretty sure I know for sure I want to know the answer to, and I'm pretty sure the people that are watching it now and that are going to watch it in the future want to know. How do you still remain positive despite all you're going through? I really
Ooh.
want to know, like, how do you remain to be positive? Because it's
Okay.
it's crazy.
I had to write this one down because I really had to think about it for a little bit.
Of course.
So, I mean, there's two things, okay?
Okay. Break it down, baby. Break it down.
First of all, there's nothing you can do about what's going on in your life. You can't stop life from happening. You just have to continue.
Yeah.
You can't, life doesn't stop for nobody. So, you know, to stay positive, like you have to just keep going. And, life is made up of 10% is what's 10%, hold on, let me get this right.
No, you good. Take your time, baby.
10% is what life is. 90% is how you handle it.
I like that. I
So
like that. I'm gonna steal that, by the way. Just letting you know.
you can't steal my phrase.
I'm sorry, it's too late. I already wrote it down.
No, you didn't. You take a picture.
I wrote that shit down, girl. It's over. But go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's okay. It's like in life you have three choices. You can give up, give in, or keep going. I chose to keep going, and that's what everybody else should do. Like, you can't give up. Don't give up because, you feel like you're at a low point. There's somebody out there that's worse than you, that's going through it harder. Like, when I lost my daughter, it was hard for me, like, obviously, as any parent losing a child. And, laying with her on her, in the trauma room, and then pronouncing her, dead after 45 minutes of working on her, even though I tried to work on her myself, and finding her lifeless in her bed. Like, she was only 4.5. Like, she was just about to start kindergarten. You know what I mean? Like, and laying there, and I hearing everybody talk and cry and all that stuff, and going through the funeral and staring at her casket, knowing that's the last time I'm gonna see my baby girl, like my firstborn child. I laid in bed. I was safe for about 2 weeks. I had another daughter at that point. She was 2.5. And my mother came in and she was like, "You gotta get up. Like, your baby needs you." And I was like, "All right." And I got up, and then I thought about it. Like, I just sat there. And, of course I had my moments, but I thought there's a mother right now that's burying two of her children, or a father. There's a mother that's burying all of her kids, or a father. Like, there's somebody out there that always has it worse than you. So you can't sit there and dwell on your little, it's not saying that your feelings aren't valid. Of course they are. But you can't dwell on those things. You can't give up. Let it go. Let that day happen, and then just move forward and keep going. Because you can't stop time. And you got people that count on you and people that love you.
Oh man. Wow.
It's kind of like this, dear Meek. All right. The other thing is, you always have to stay positive. Whatever energy you put out in that universe, you're going to get back. So say tomorrow morning you wake up, right? And you don't turn your lights on in your house, in your room for whatever reason, and you stub your toe. Or you step on a freaking Lego, because nothing hurts more than stepping on a Lego with bare feet. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay? And you're like, damn, that shit hurt. Like, it's not going to be a good day. Like, I already know today's not going to be a good day. You go downstairs, you make yourself a cup of coffee, you spill your coffee, or you drop your coffee. Damn, now you got to clean your coffee up. Now you're pissed off because you got to clean your coffee up and you stubbed your toe. Like, it's really, and you're saying to you out loud, it's not going to be a good day. It's really not going to be a good day. You're putting that negative energy out there in the universe. It's not going to be a good day. Because you're already putting that negative out there before even the day has started. If you wake up in the morning, you stub your toe, you're like, oh shit, that hurts. But okay, I'm going to keep going. Oh, fuck, I spilled my coffee. Sorry for my language. I spilled my coffee.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like, of course, yeah, it's going to suck. But all right, so what? I spilled my coffee. I'll make another cup. It's still going to be a good day because you want to know why? I woke up today. Because there's thousands of people that did not wake up today for whatever reason. Because they either chose not to wake up or they couldn't. So you were given that gift. You should be grateful for that gift. That's what kept me going. The positivity. I'm always positive. I always look at everything and say, okay, you know what? No. I can't be upset about that because this situation, I'm going to turn around and change it and be happy about this situation. Turn my negative into positive constantly.
Wow. Damn. You got me stumped on my own show. That's wow.
I don't know how. It's your show. How I get you stumped?
Because you real, what you said is real. It really is, because I'm not even gonna lie. Like, oh man, oh fuck. I'm trying to keep my emotions together because I don't want to look like a baby on live.
You know what? But it's okay if you do because your emotions are valid. It's okay if you. So what if you're live and you get a little emotional? So what? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Damn, yo. Woo wee. You miss thoughts, man. Wow. Because for me, like, I'm telling you, man, thank God for these shades, boy. I tell you, I swear. Like, for me, I'm not gonna sit up here. As a matter of fact, I am gonna say that I struggle with that because, like, I try to be so positive, but I just feel so fucking defeated, man. And that shit is hard.
Well, defeation comes from past traumas that you need to fix.
Yeah.
So that's something that you got to do deep inside and soul search and try your hardest to either fix it or let go and move forward. Because what's in the past is in the past. We cannot change it. We cannot change what's in the future. We can only change what's happening right now.
Yeah, because I'm trying to hold it in because I'm not trying to turn into a fucking meme. Because you see, when the guys cry on social media, they get turned into memes. So I'm trying to
Why
keep it
is
together
that?
right now. I don't know, but
Like
like
you're human. You're gonna have emotions. You're allowed to. Just because you're a man don't mean nothing.
yeah, but I really just just thank you, man, because like you going through so much, and the fact that you still here is crazy, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's not a piece of cake. Like right now, like I said, I had a stroke. Like I nearly died twice during my stroke.
Yeah,
And that was scary. That was hard. And that was before you and I met. Um, but it was I mean, it's only been 3.5 months and I'm still struggling to try to get strength back in my arm and leg and try to walk. But, I look at it like, okay, at least I can do some things. There's a lot of people that have a stroke that, you know, they don't remember anything, they can't talk, they can't walk. There's different types of strokes, but um it's just, taking a little bit longer and it's harder. And I have my moments I cry. Like, I don't let my kids see me cry. They gotta see mom strong because I gotta be mom and dad. It's kind of fucked up, but it's the way it is, you know? My kids love the shit out of me and I can't go nowhere and I can't let nothing happen. And that day when I was rushed to the hospital, I know my babies were hurt and scared because when they put the sirens on, like I was scared for my own life. I was saying my prayers and everything. Like I wasn't ready to go. I'm not ready to go yet. Mm. Being as sick as I am, and then to find out that I mean I could do chemo again, but the chances of me having another stroke are very high because the chemo makes your blood sticky, so it can cause a blood clot, which causes strokes. And what if the next one is horrific, where it's a point where I'm on a vent and all that stuff? Nah, I'm gonna try it the holistic way and see if God put all these herbs on this earth for a reason. Why not try them out?
wow. Like I'm listening to you, but I'm just like I'm trying to hold it together right now.
Mhm. I mean, I could continue. I mean, like it's been rough. It hasn't been easy. But what's really got me is the outpour of support from people on social media. Like I told you, I sing in sign language on social media. So
Yeah,
I have my whole group of people that are there that are just so supportive and have done like tribute videos for me because I can't, you know, do certain things. And that's like my outlet. I was raised by a deaf aunt. She taught me like sign language is my first language. So, you know, the outpour of people you don't know, you never even heard of. And all of a sudden they just start doing these things and saying these things. And it's like, where did you come from and why are you here? But then
yeah.
I know why. You were sent to me for a reason.
Why you trying to get me on, man? Yo, you got me all in my bag right now. Telling you these dark shades, like man, these shits work wonders, boy. I tell you,
They do work wonders.
because I like I said, I'm a fairly positive person. I would like to think so, but I just struggle with maintaining the positivity, especially when I'm just surrounded by negativity. And it's like I don't want to be surrounded by it, but it's just like it's so much around me that it's kind of like it engulfs the positive energy that I try to, put out in the universe, and I struggle with that shit, man. And to just see you here just be so positive is just it's crazy, man. Like
Thank
I'm
you.
trying to get to that point in my life right now. See, I'm trying not to get all choked up. I'm trying to get to that point in my life right now, and that shit is fucking hard, man.
You get
Like,
to it.
it really is, man. Like, oh man,
You gotta
screw
look
you,
inside.
Stotts. Okay, screw you, man. Yo,
Love you too, Meek. Like,
oh man,
you just gotta look inside and look at like your situation, look at everybody else's and be like, okay, I could be here, but this person's there instead.
yeah,
So let me just be grateful for this at the moment.
yeah.
That's one way to start. Or reach out. Reach out to somebody. Let them be your holding hand.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you
Really?
can.
You had me going too. I was going with it.
Yeah, you see me? That's what I'm saying. Everybody watching, wave your hands like this, man. But yeah. So, all right. The last question I have for you is, what advice would you give people that are experiencing their own hardships?
Mm. Whatever's happening to you right now at this very moment, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever, you can't stop the process. You can't stop it from happening. So just go with it. Walk through that fire and just come out on the other end. You might be a little burnt, you might be a little charred, whatever, but you made it through. Like, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. You're going to struggle. You're going to mentally have breakdowns, but it's okay. And just
Yeah.
keep going through that process and keep going because you're here for a reason. And, you know, you woke up this morning because you had a reason. Like I said before, we all have a reason. So if you're going through that process and you woke up this morning, then you're not done. God's not done with you, or whoever you believe in is not done with you. You know, um, just keep pushing. And if you ever need somebody to reach out to, find me on Facebook and hit me up in the DMs. I will gladly speak to you and talk to you and help you through whatever it is, however I can.
That's powerful right there. And I feel we need to normalize doing stuff like that, man. Just being there for people, like it's such
Hmm.
like a lost art now. Like nobody, wants to be nice to anybody no more. Nobody wants to be there for anybody no more. And it's like we gotta change that. Cause like you said, the generation coming up behind us are fucked. They
We're
are.
we're done. Like, forget about it. It's over.
Yeah. And I just don't understand that. Like, there's nothing wrong with being there for a person. There's nothing wrong with being nice to a person, even if they're not nice to you. Oh well. You know, do your good deed and go about your business.
Yep.
you know so I'm a firm believer in that, man. Like I have no problem doing things for people that I don't know, because there are some people, even though it's probably a very small percentage of people out there that would appreciate that one conversation can help that person from doing something that they thought about doing that was stupid. But a lot of
Yeah.
people don't do that, because if you speak about your feelings, or if you talk about what you're going through, you get made fun of, which is sad. And I
Yeah,
never understood that.
they look at you as like a weak person. You're not
Hmm.
weak. You're just going through the emotions. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it really isn't. It
It's
really
life.
isn't.
That's what life is. You know, time and life stops for nobody.
It doesn't.
It's a continuous thing. We're all on borrowed time, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
It just so happens that I know my timeline and my expiration date. And some people out there that are listening do too. And they might be going through the same pain I'm going through, but it's okay. It's okay to know that you have your time coming up, because enjoy life as much as you can. Laugh as much as you can. Make those moments as special as you can. Take pictures. Because you know what? Enough for nothing, even the ones that don't know, we're not promised 20 minutes from now. We're not promised anything in life. So don't ever take it for granted. That's truth.
Woo! That was some powerful shit just now. Damn, yo.
Sorry,
You, you. Okay, I have to say this, okay, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You need to do a podcast, and I say this to all my guests, not all of them, but some of them. But you don't understand how much you could help people. Like I'm so serious. Like I'm not saying this because we cool and we doing a podcast. I'm saying this from my heart. You really need to understand the power that you have, the power that you represent. And I honestly feel like you have no idea. Because I'm
I
telling you,
don't.
I've been doing this for a while now. I have my moments where I fall off and, get back on the horse, fall off. And I've never had a person get me emotional, or I've never had a person really make me feel their energy. Like I'm feeling your sincereness. I'm feeling what you're saying is from the heart. And it's to the point where it's like I'm getting like choked up in my chest because what you're saying is real and what you're saying is powerful. And if you can do that to me, just imagine who else you can do that to. Just imagine there's somebody out there right now that is going through what you're going through right now and probably has no idea who you are because you're not putting yourself out there. You need to, man. I'm serious. Like you need to, because you're a powerful person. You're a very powerful individual. And I'm
Thank
not
you.
even talking about physically. I'm talking about mentally. I'm talking about emotionally. Like you're very powerful, and you want to use that emotion for good and not to hurt people. So with me saying that, I'm saying this: you really need to do a podcast, because I'm telling you right now, it's, wow,
Well, you're
you'll
gonna have to
change.
teach me, because I have no idea how to do any of this stuff.
Man,
Like, I
like you
just go
really
live
have,
on TikTok. That's it.
like you really have me like choked up right now, man. Oh boy.
Sorry. I didn't mean to have you choked up, but like, if I could say to one thing to like all the viewers and the listeners and the people that are gonna listen, you know, if you are struggling through mental health or substance abuse, like, and you woke up this morning, you have something. You have something positive. You have something powerful inside you that's still burning, that's ready to go. If you're only an hour clean, like I said, good for you. Keep going, keep pushing, keep doing what you have to do. And then if you fall off that and you get clean for a little while and you go back on it, like you get clean again, good for you. Like, you're trying. Like, I give you the utmost respect for that. The moms out there, the dads out there that are struggling, the single parents, I shouldn't say moms or dads, but just single parents alone that are struggling, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right. It's a hard time for all of us, but you'll make it through one way or another. God always, or whoever you believe in, finds a way to make it okay for you. Just remember the power you have.
Who, me? Or are you telling like the world?
Everybody. Just remember, you have something powerful inside of you. If you woke up if you wake up tomorrow morning, you have a purpose and a power to be on this earth.
Yes. Thank you.
I don't know what else to say. You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh man. All right. So we're getting to the end portion of the show. So I always like to do this thing where it's called Quick Five, where I ask 5 random questions. You don't gotta worry, it's not raunchy, it's not ratchet, it ain't nothing like that, because that's not the type of thing that I do. I mean, sometimes I have my ratchet moments, just to spice up the show a little bit, but I mostly don't do that. So
Gotcha.
I'm trying to think, what is the first question I'm going to ask?
I'm scared. I don't even know.
Okay. Time travel or be reborn?
Be reborn.
Okay. Why?
Because I feel like I could do more good. Like, I think once my time is up, I don't think it's going to be done. I feel like I need to come back and help more. I don't want to time travel and see what's in the future and then have to come back and know what's going to happen. No.
Okay. All right. Next question. I kind of think I know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Okay.
The family you're born with or the family of your choice?
Feeling my choice.
Okay. That's why I said I kind of knew that answer, but okay.
100%. Yeah.
I think this is going to be a good one.
Oh, Lord.
What did you learn from your last relationship?
Oh, we had
Got
to
him.
go there? Like, we had to go there? I learned that how can I say this nicely? Don't trust too easily.
Okay.
Respect yourself more. Don't forgive so much. And always learn to love yourself first. Don't ever put anybody else in front of you. Besides your kids.
I like that. I like that. Okay, the next one. Let's see. What advice would you give to your 15-year-old self?
Never have sex with the boy I had sex with. That right there is it. Never. I'm sorry, George. I know we're friends on Facebook. I love you, but no. No. Never do the things that I did. Stay away from the drugs. Because those drugs made me live on the streets. Those drugs made me live in a house with a bunch of men that I still had to go through high school and graduate and then put myself through schooling to get a degree. Like, don't make those mistakes and respect your mother. Even if you didn't like her at that moment, still respect her because she brought you into this world.
Okay.
Respect your father, even though, nah, you know what? I don't know if I'd say that. That's maybe me thinking now. 15-year-old self, don't do the stupid dumb shit I did. Don't go follow that band around all over the country. Don't do drugs. Don't have sex with that boy. Save your purity. Well, when I was ready to give it up and not when somebody else had taken it. for the right person, and
Okay.
don't rush. Just enjoy life, but still be a teenager.
And the last one I got for you, which is actually a new question. So this is
Oh.
going to be the first time me asking somebody this question. Um, Love or trust? Which one is harder?
It's harder to trust. It's easy to love anything. I mean, they kind of go hand in hand, but I mean, you could just look at somebody and just love them for who they are. You know, not be in love like relationship wise, but just, I love that person for who they are. But trusting them is a whole other category. Because trusting them, you're giving them an inside, intimate piece of you when you talk to them and tell them about yourself. That, you're hoping that they don't go and tell it the whole world, like, especially if you're
Word,
confiding in them.
word.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with love.
So love is the hardest, or trust it. You
Or
said
trust
trust
is
is
the
the hardest.
hardest. I'm sorry, trust, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so trust is the hardest. All right.
Trust is the hardest, yeah. It's easy to love, but trusting is, whew.
So I want to, usually I don't do this, but I'm kind of inspired to do this. Is there any questions that you have for me? Anything you want to know that you want the world to know too?
I want to know.
First time doing this, so don't go take it too far, buddy. All right.
No, 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 no. I'm intrigued to know why you chose me. I mean, I'm honored to be on your podcast, and this is the first time ever, but what inspired you to look at me and say, "Hey, I need her on my podcast. I want her." I know you took a little break for a little while, so because I was watching your stuff, um, and to have me back as your first person, like, what was it?
To be completely honest with you, your positivity. That did it for me because like I said, we've spoken, before this. So to hear your story and to hear everything that you're going through and you still seem to smile, it's mind blowing to me, to be honest with you. Because I'm not going through half of what you're going through. And I struggle with positivity. And here you are going through everything that you're going through and you're fucking smiling. And I said, I gotta get this girl on my platform because it's crazy to me how positive that you are. Like, I'm still shocked. Like, wow. Like, to be honest with you, I probably would have checked out. Once I was been told that I have cancer, I would have said to myself, I don't want to see my children or the little bit of family that I do fuck with see me wither away. I would rather just off myself, to be honest with you. I don't think I would really have the mental fortitude to really withstand what you have withstanded, to be honest with you.
You
So
know,
to
I,
answer your question, it was just the positivity because I know for a fact people are going to watch this and be like, damn, is my situation really that bad? Like, you sure there's no solution to the problem? You know?
there's always a solution. Always.
So it's the positivity. That's why I had to have you. It's just the positivity. The positivity.
The
I had,
positive out there. All right. Well, I got
yeah.
that. Thank you. I mean, that makes me feel good. I don't see it in myself. I don't see, like, people have told me I'm such an inspiration. I'm so, amazing, and I don't see that. I just see myself as just being me, you know. But I guess I'm an inspiration to people. I'm a positive, motivational, just like Aaliyah said, force within my mind.
Yes. Yes. Well, all right. Well, before we go, I always like to end it on a positive note. So what are some words of inspiration that you would like to give to the world?
I was gonna say something funny, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
It was from one of your other podcasts. This shit was funny as hell. No, what I'm gonna say is every morning when you wake up, just say, make today my bitch. Today's my bitch. And
Oh,
just,
stealing that one too. So that's two. Look at it.
yeah, like just wake up and be positive. Like try it one time. You know what? I challenge anybody that's listening this or watching this. You can get my information. I want you to wake up one morning and try that. So if you wake up and you're starting your day off terrible, your alarm went off bad or whatever, I, I challenge you to just try to stay positive all day and put it out in the universe. And let me know if it worked for you. But make sure you make every day your bitch.
I like
That's
that.
one positive thing.
Well, for me, I would say self-love.
Oh,
Make sure you love yourself, okay? Because you can't fully love somebody else if you fully don't love yourself. And
amen.
I had to learn that the hard way, and I'm still learning that. So, for the people out there that are watching or listening, self-love. Make sure you are fully, completely in love with yourself before you can be in love with somebody else. Like I push that narrative and I will continue to push that narrative until the day I die. Love yourself fully before you love anybody else. Because if you don't fully love yourself, you can't expect somebody else to fully love you.
Absolutely.
But once again, like I said, thank you for being on my platform.
Well,
I
thank you for
appreciate
having
you
me.
taking the time to do this. And I know for a fact you've helped a lot of people. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Honestly, I'm truly honored.
But y'all know the motto. Y'all know what I say at the end of every show. Spread love, not hate. Chase our dreams. We out of here.